Hi, today I will tell you about tobacco. Not about whether it is bad or good, just what kind of plant it is, where it came from, and how people met it. Tobacco is a herb, a tall herb. The bush is 1 meter or 1.5 meters. The leaves are big, green, and soft. If you touch them, your fingers become sticky. On the leaves there are small hairs. They produce a sticky liquid. In this way, the plant protects itself from insects. The flowers of tobacco are beautiful. They are pink, white, and red. They look like small tubes. They smell strongly. This smell attracts butterflies at night. Butterflies drink the nectar and carry the pollen. Everything is like in a normal plant. The homeland of tobacco is America, north and south. There the sun shines and it is hot. Tobacco loves heat. Who found tobacco first? The word found is not correct. Nobody looked for tobacco. It always grew. But who was the first to understand that you can smoke it? The Indians. It was a very long time ago, 2,000 years before us. The Indians noticed if you dry a tobacco leaf, light it, and breathe in the smoke, your head starts to spin. The body becomes heavy and warm. They decided that this way you can talk to the gods. The smoke goes up. The gods will see it. But the Indians did not smoke every day, only for rituals. When a war started, when a child was born, when the chief called a council, they also chewed the leaves. The juice is bitter, but after it, the tooth stopped hurting for a short time because the tobacco juice killed germs in the mouth. The Indians did not know that after this the gums become bad. They simply used what nature gave them. Christopher Columbus sails across the ocean. He thinks he has arrived in India, but he arrives at the islands. There are Indians there. The Indians come to the ships. They bring gifts, fruits, fish, and dry leaves. Columbus took the leaves. He smelled them. He did not understand. He threw them into the water. But one sailor became interested. His name was Rodrigo de Jerez. He saw how the Indians rolled the leaves into a tube, lit them, and let smoke out of their mouths. Rodrigo tried to do the same. His head started to spin. He liked it. He took the dry leaves with him to Europe. In Spain, Rodrigo smoked on the street. People got scared. Smoke was coming out of a man's mouth. The neighbors called a priest. The priest said, "This is the devil." Rodrigo was put in prison for several years, just because he smoked. Then another Spaniard, Hernando Cortés, brought a lot of tobacco from Mexico, a whole ship. Now everyone could try it. Tobacco turned out to be a convenient plant. The seeds are small like a poppy seed. 1 gram is enough for 1,000 bushes. It grows quickly. It can survive drought. It does not choose the soil. That is why tobacco easily moved to other countries. The Portuguese brought tobacco to Africa. The Spaniards to the Philippines. The English to India. The Dutch to Indonesia. France, 1560. The ambassador Jean Nicot brought tobacco to France. He thought that tobacco could cure from headache, from cough, from the plague. Nicot gave tobacco to the queen. The queen sniffed the dry leaves. She sneezed. Then all the ladies at the court started to sniff it. It became fashionable. The name Nicot stayed in history. The substance that makes tobacco special was named nicotine. England. At the end of the 16th century, tobacco was sold in every pharmacy as medicine. Doctors wrote prescriptions. Smoke 3 pipes a day for headache. It is funny now, but at that time people believed it seriously. Now tobacco is grown in 120 countries of the world, almost everywhere where it is warm. China. 40% of all tobacco in the world. Brazil. It is hot and humid there. Tobacco grows like a weed. India. Their whole families plant tobacco. USA. The southern states, old tobacco farms. Turkey. Their tobacco has small leaves, but a strong smell. Cuba. The most famous tobacco in the world grows there. It is called Havana. The leaves are small but very aromatic. It is all because of the soil and the climate. Cuban farmers dry the leaves for a long time, several months. Then they wait another couple of years until the tobacco ripens in the bundle. That is why Cuban cigars are so expensive and famous. The process of growing tobacco is very simple. In March, they sow the seeds in boxes. After 2 months, the small shoots are transplanted to the field. After another 2 months, the leaves turn yellow. It is time to harvest. The leaves are picked by hand. The lower ones first, then the middle ones, then the upper ones. The upper leaves are the strongest. They have more nicotine. The picked leaves are put on strings. They are hung in a shed. It is hot there, and there is no sun. The leaves hang from 3 weeks to 2 months. They dry. They change color from green to yellow, then to brown. Then the dry leaves are put in piles. They are covered with sacks. They lie like this for another month. This is called fermentation. Inside the piles, the temperature rises. The leaves become soft and aromatic. Then the leaves are cut into strips. The thickness is like tea leaves. This is the smoking tobacco. The strips are sent to the factory. There they are mixed. They take tobacco from 3 or 4 countries. From Brazil, sweet. From Turkey, spicy. From the USA, strong. Everything is mixed in a big drum. Then a machine wraps the tobacco in paper. A cigarette is ready. The whole chain from a small seed to a pack of cigarettes takes 6 months. You will ask, why is tobacco not just a herb? What is its secret? I answer, in tobacco there is a substance, nicotine. There is very little nicotine, 1% of the weight of a dry leaf. That is, from 100 grams of tobacco, 1 gram of nicotine. Nicotine is a poison. For insects, it is deadly. That is why beetles and caterpillars do not eat tobacco. The plant protects itself in this way. For a person, a small dose of nicotine is not deadly, but it acts on the brain very quickly. 7 seconds after the smoke gets into the lungs, the brain gets a signal. Hey, something interesting is here. Nicotine tricks the brain. It makes the brain think that with tobacco, a person feels calmer and better. But this is a trick. When nicotine leaves the blood, after 20 to 30 minutes, the person feels worse than before smoking. He wants to smoke again. In this way, nicotine creates addiction, a very strong one, stronger than to coffee or sweets. That is why people who started smoking often cannot stop. 3 short facts. First, tobacco is a relative of the potato and the tomato. All of them are from the same family. It is called nightshades. They have similar flowers. Smell a potato flower. It is almost a tobacco smell. Second, there is wild tobacco. The leaves are small, like mouse ears. The flowers are yellow. There is almost no nicotine in it. But if you cross wild tobacco with the one we smoke, you get a new variety. It is resistant to diseases. Scientists do this. Third, tobacco seeds are very strong. They can lie in dry soil for 20 years and not grow. And then the rain falls, spring comes, and they start to grow. As if nothing happened. That is all. Tobacco is a herb, an ordinary herb from America, which had a special chemical composition. A person took this herb, spread it all over the world, learned to grow it everywhere where there is sun. Now everyone knows tobacco. They smoke. They do not smoke, but they know. And many people cannot even imagine how it looks when it is alive. If one day you go to Brazil or to Turkey, look at a tobacco field. You will see tall green bushes with pink flowers. You will say, "Ah, this is it." And you will go further. That is all. I have finished.